Today on 5 by 5 we're going to be talking about the Ring doorbell. It's an internet-aware video doorbell that you can use at your business or at home. Hey, it's Paul Blough. Time for another 5 by 5. Today we're going to be talking about the Ring doorbell. And the Ring doorbell is a product I used at my own house. And when my daughter got her own place, an apartment, I talked her landlord into allowing us to put one of these in for her. Why am I so excited about this, and what is it that it can really do for you at your business or at home? Well, it's a doorbell. It's like, well, what's so exciting about a doorbell? Well, you know, doorbells are doorbells. They've been doorbells for an awfully long time, and they pretty much do what they're supposed to do. You hit the button and they kind of summon people and let you know that somebody's at the front door. How can we turn this into something that's internet aware, that takes advantage of your local Wi-Fi network and even the internet as a whole? And why would we want to do that? Well, there's a couple of interesting things that you can do with a Ring doorbell that you can't do with a regular doorbell. First of all, there's a video camera on this. Now that's a really, really neat feature. So if somebody comes to our front door, we're able to see who that is before we ever get up, and we decide whether or not we're going to respond or whether we're going to talk to them or what we're going to do. We can also answer those calls directly from our phones, whether we're at home or we're not at home. And one of the first times that we experienced this, we were at a convention almost on the other side of the state, and we had somebody come up to the doorbell, hit the doorbell, and we were notified there, and here we are, you know, 3.5 hours away, and we were having a conversation with them right over the doorbell. That's a pretty cool feature. The other thing that it does that's really, really interesting is that it takes that video and it uploads it into the internet. And so if we want to look at that video later on, we can do that. So we can see a track of not just who rang the doorbell, but anybody that came through the sensor range activated the motion sensor on that, and we're able to see, have a record of that. Now, from a standpoint of obviously security, that's pretty neat because we now know who came to the front door and who may have visited our house when we weren't around. But it's also got some really practical applications, such as, you know, if you don't want to wait for your kid to come in, you know, at 12 o'clock and you want to have a real record of when they came in, guess what? Now I have video evidence that you came in at 12:15 instead of at 12 o'clock, and I didn't have to stay up all night waiting on you to come in. So that's kind of fun. And at work, it's the same kind of thing. You can get a video track of when employees arrive, or maybe if you're closed on a particular holiday and the post office is not, and they try to deliver something, or UPS tries to deliver something, you can get a video record of that. And if they hit the doorbell, you can actually communicate with them and say, hey, don't leave that outside, or don't leave that with a neighbor, or do leave it right next door. They'll be glad to take that. So really, really nice kind of features there. Now, I'm sure one of the questions you have is it safe and is it secure? It depends. That's always the answer when it comes to security. There is a capability to obviously keep this thing, you know, fairly secure, because you've got a username, you've got a password to be able to get into the account. Now, if somebody hacks that account or use a really, really bad password, yeah, somebody could get into your account, could guess that, and gain access to the doorbell. But that's pretty much true with anything. And I don't know that it's any greater risk than somebody, you know, just kicking the door in, or if you leave the door unlocked and somebody, you know, gains entry to your house. I'm not really concerned from a security standpoint of somebody hacking into the system and being able to take advantage of it, because particularly in this case, really all, if they hacked into it, they're going to see is the outside of my house looking outward, not anything on the inside. Now, when somebody rings the doorbell, what happens? And so we actually have either on the iPhone or iPad or Android devices, what you're going to get is an application, and it pops up here, and you can see there's a record of all of the different times anybody's been to the front door, and I can bring those up and actually see a video feed of that, and so I can actually just bring it right up here onto the iPhone. You get an example of, you know, here's somebody that came to the doorbell, rang the doorbell, and that's a very, very nice capability. So is it something that we can use in our businesses? Absolutely. A small business, it's a great security feature. At home, it's an awesome product. I'm sure there's lots of other competitors out there, but this is the one we've used. It's extremely easy to set up and extremely easy to work with. So take a look at the Ring doorbell. I think you'll enjoy it. I know that I have, well enough that I've bought it not once but twice. Thanks.